I have some tips for a person who wants to run 20 minutes for the 5k, but realistically I think you have to be running at least sub 23 minutes for the 5k if you want to get your time down to 20 minutes in the space of a year, say. That's just my opinion. So tip number one is based on a lifestyle. So hydration, keep yourself hydrated. Make sure you take a piss about 8 to 12 times a day. Make sure your urine is clear. Nutrition, vegan, this stuff, like all this meat, dairy and stuff, fish, it's just going to slow you down. It's going to make you fatter, add on weight. That's not what you want as a runner. You want to be lean as fuck, man. And make sure you get all types of different colors of fruit and vegetables. Try to get one of the different 5 colors every day. And try to get loads of, get your protein as well and your fat. You can do that from nuts, seeds and all that. So have a varied diet. Have bread. Bread is good as well. So anyway, that's last tip on lifestyle. Make sure you find time to train. Okay, so that's the lifestyle done. So now for a sub 20 minute 5k, we're going to go to first of all a 4-week base building phase. So we're going to go. These are easy / moderate runs. So say someone's a 22 minute 5k runner, which is 7 to 5 mile pace. But let's just cut it down to 7 minute mile pace to make it easier. So ideally, you'd be going 8:30 to 9 minute mile pace, ideally, but you get these GPS watches which tell you the pace you're going at if you get the signal. But I feel like you shouldn't really be too obsessed with them. I mean, okay, maybe if you're new to running, just keep your eye on it for a while and just at first to get used to different paces and all. But you have to kind of go by feel as well. So all this shouldn't be too stressful for the first 4 weeks. Just slowly building up the mileage. And you can start from for building up mileage, I think you shouldn't build up your mileage any more than 10 miles a week once a year. So say last season you've done 20. I think 20 miles a week is a good way to start. So that would be a 5 4-mile runs or 4 or 5 mile runs. That's a good way to start. And then just build up by 10 miles a week. So if you've done that last year, then 30 miles next year, 40 miles this year. So or whatever now. So but slowly start building up. This is ideally from when you come back from a break, whatever. So week 1 it could be 10, 13, 16, 20, 25, 30. If you want to build up to 30 miles, something like that. So now after the 4th week, you have to add 2 easy. These are I don't know what to call them, but some people argue these are not tempo runs, but to me they sort of are. They're long, slow tempo runs. Whereas because you're sort of running long, they are sort of like tempo runs. So anyway, so try to get 2 3-mile runs of those a week. So say you're doing 30 miles a week. So you're doing 5. You're doing a 4-mile run. So get a one where you run half a mile to warm up, 3 miles slow tempo, and then half a mile to cool down. So say it's just 1 minute per mile slower than your 5k race pace. Yeah. So just keep doing that. Just slowly continue to build and just keep doing that for a month, not too long now, 2 months. Then after 2 months, then you start adding in proper tempo runs, proper speed work. So I'd say one longer, one slower. So one tempo run, so this would be around like 30 seconds. Your tempo will be at 30 seconds per mile slower than your 5k best time. So if your 5k best time is say like 21:45, which is 7 minute mile pace, then if you're talking about 7:30 pace. You don't have to start off that. You can run, if you're doing 3 miles of this, say you can run the first mile at 7:50, second mile 7:40, third mile 7:30. It's always good to have a bit of a progression, warm ups and cool downs, and then you do one speed session. Now these can range anywhere, I'd say, from 400 meter repeats to mile repeats, and but these are the 5k race pace Pacific sessions. So you're talking it's just get 3 miles worth of speed work. So it could be 6 by 800, 3 by mile, 12 by 400, and it's all about just trying to get this race pace in. Now you don't want to push this too much. So this would be, if your 5k race pace 7 mile pace, then if you're doing mile pace 7 mile pace, 3 by mile, that pace, that's very good. It's all about a progression. Just you want to keep building. You want to just get that a little bit fitter each time. So so if you're progressing from a couple of weeks, you get from 7 minute miling to 6:40 for mile repeats, whatever. That's great, and you're doing it fairly comfortably. It's about improving yourself slowly. So yeah, and also you do recovery runs. So you get 2 of those days, then say that the other 2 or 3 should just be recovery runs. Now these should be go by feel, but if you're totally new to running, you really don't have a clue what easy really is. GPS watch, just get used to pace, but don't be too reliant on it. Being too reliant on the GPS, looking at it too much, that can cause stress, and that's not what we want. Running is fun, so better not to be accurate and with the paces and enjoy yourself than be accurate with the paces and just be stressed out and hate it and want to quit. That's the way I see it anyway. Fun comes first in this sport. So say you're this, I think it should be anywhere from 1:45 to 3 minutes per mile slower than your 5K race pace, to be honest. If a 7 minute mile pace is your 5K race pace, then I'd say that'll be anywhere between 8:45 and 10 minute mile pace. Sort of depends how you feel. So could be 1:45 to 2 minutes per mile slower than your 5K race pace. If you feel good, 2:45 to 3 minute mile pace. If your legs are really sore and you got tightness and you feel like you just have to take it easy that day, you're not in a state to push it in any way, shape, or form. So you're going to do that for a month, and then once you've been training for 3 months, we start to race. So ideally we want to race every second week, but only race for the 5K once a month. So what you're going to do is you're going to run a 5K race, you're going to recover, get back training, and then another 2 weeks later you're going to do something different. Now by different, this so 1 month you do your non-5K race shorter, say. So this could be a mile. You might get the Irish Pace Miles or something like that to do, or you might do a 3K or 2 miler. So something shorter than 5 kilometers. Then for the longer, say next month you do something longer than the 5K. So this could be 8 kilometers, which is 5 miles, or 10 kilometers, or even 10 miles. So something longer. Should be flat out, not just hard, very hard. You run this as fast as you can, and I keep doing this for 5 months, and then I think after 5-6 months, then it's time to take a break. Oh, and one last thing, if you're doing normally 2 sessions a week, when you're running your race, you count the race as a session. So you do your warm up, your cool down, get the miles in as well as the race, and so yeah, 1 session a week on top of a race, because session is harder than a race, so that's just two hard days a week, or 2 sessions. 1 session, 1 race, either way. And right, after that, then I recommend you take a break. So just take 2 weeks off, whatever. And if you're happy with your times, your 3K, your mile, your 5K, your 8K, your 10K times, then whatever, just write down your times. Make sure you know what to try to improve on or whatever. But just take a look at your training. You might see, when you look back, I might be improving my mile and my 3K times, but I'm not really improving my my 5K or my 8K, 10K times. Just keep that in mind, because some people are just naturally better at the longer distances, or it could be from a history of, say that you played a sport like football, just start, stop, and not really as much endurance based as running, more like speed based. So you might be better at the shorter distances or whatever. That's perfectly natural. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, so this is my video on how to run a sub 20-minute 5K. Personally, I don't think it's you're anything special if you can run a 20-minute 5K, unless you're very old. But personally, people are so fit these days. Not everyone can do it. But really, that's all it's about. Personal improvement is the biggest satisfaction ever, no matter how good you are. A 14-minute 5K runner 1 year who goes to 14, who can only run a 15-minute 5K the next year, is not going to be as happy with their running, say someone who's ran 22 minutes for the 5K, who ran 20 the next year. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, it's my Irish Fun Runner video. Goodbye.